Hey boys and girls, Nev here from Nev's Tech Bits. Today I want to talk a little bit about electronics and when's the best time to get them. Usually these days a new phone will come out, a new product will come out, even a new car will come out, and everybody starts lining up for miles for it. And I'm here to tell you why that might not be the best idea. So every time that you make something new, every time you do something new for the first time, I usually think the first one is always going to be a mess up. That's from my personal experience with hobbies. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those kinds of guys that gets a new interest every 3 to 6 months. I go from having an aquarium to being really interested in bicycling or off-road bicycling. Um, the same thing is kind of true from your manufacturing phones. Phones, electronics, computers, everything, cars, even a lot of the time, are made foreignly. They're made, well, it doesn't even really matter where they are made. But when they make these things, they want to get them out fast. They want to be efficient. They want production. They want stuff going out the doors. Hopefully they worry about quality, but they don't always. Now, the first runs of everything are usually a bit hit or miss. There's a lot of things that look good on paper that when you actually get out to the production environment and then to the end user, it turns out they don't work out too great. One great example of that is the the Xbox 360. They thought they would be fine with the heat sinks that they had on the units, but it turned out to be very wrong. The heat sinks they had were no good. The airflow, I believe, was also a problem. And they released the next set with better components, better internal components. The same can be said about a lot of electronics. I'm talking cell phones, I'm talking laptops, computers. I bought an Acer laptop. Now, don't laugh at me. My buddy who worked at Future Shop told me not to get an Acer. I didn't believe him. Windows 8 came out. I wanted to be on that bandwagon. I wanted to have the latest thing out. I wanted to be there. I wanted to know. And I was sorely disappointed when I brought the sucker back. And I found the internet kept knocking out. Didn't matter which router I used. I was sure it was my router. I didn't think it was the computer at all. But it kept kicking itself off. Now this whole experience kind of ticked me off because I got the extended warranty. And this was an intermittent problem. So I put extra money down to make sure this thing absolutely works. But I went into Future Shop without the computer and I was inquiring about it. I said, man, this laptop that I got, it isn't working. The internet keeps dropping out. I got an extended warranty. Can I bring it in? And the guy was like, yeah, well, you can bring it in, but if it turns out that it wasn't working, that it's working fine, or if it wasn't working for reasons of programs that you installed on it, then you're going to be footing the bill. There wasn't this point where they'd be like, okay, this is the problem, it was your fault, we'll send it back without getting into it too much more. But I didn't want to be charged. I didn't think I should be charged. Now the laptop was about, I believe it was $450. But I felt for that kind of money, I shouldn't have to have had this kind of fear tactic that if you screwed up, you'll have to pay for it. Well, it's an intermittent problem, and I can't guarantee it's going to happen again. It would happen once every 2-3 hours. But it would definitely happen. I was worried I'd give it into them, and they couldn't figure out what it was, so they would just blame one of your BS programs on that happening. You know, it doesn't matter what tech guy you go to. One tech guy can install their favorite programs that they know will work, and they'll take it to another computer guy, sorry. And that computer guy will be like, oh, what's this CCleaner stuff? What's this crypto stuff? This is a bad program, we have to uninstall it. We don't want to get caught in one of those situations and pay extra money. Ultimately, I bought day one. This was a new system on the release date of Windows 8. I was the only one who had asked about Windows 8 that day. I was the only person. No one else was interested. Anyways, yeah, I was having legitimate problems with the Wi-Fi, and I couldn't even take it back, even though I paid the extended warranty, just because I thought they'd be jerking me around too much. So that was the last time I paid for an extended warranty. And unfortunately, it wasn't the last time that I would buy things on release day. Anyways, the Wi-Fi works on that nicely. There was an update released for the driver, and away we go. Everything was well and good. I also bought an Xbox One on release date, and I will tell you, I have not had anywhere near as much problem as I had with this system on release date. Now, you've probably got a lot of Xbox fans out there that are going to be like, oh, Xbox, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Did you get it on release day? Did you play the Xbox One on release day? Did you play Battlefield 4 on release day? Because that's something else. You know, EA, Electronic Arts, likes to make a lot of games that on release day are sometimes totally unplayable. These days, I rate a first-person shooter game on how well I can shoot through a chain-link fence. I think things are far enough along so far that I should be able to shoot through a chain-link fence, and you could not do that. You could not shoot through the bars of a prison cell. For some reason, that was a wall. Even though, if you had a high-caliber weapon, you couldn't shoot through. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Video games, too. A lot of times, bad idea to get them at release date because the publishers, like EA, just wants to get the stuff through. It just wants to get it out the door, and everything will be good later. They want their release date. We can work on patches and stuff as time goes on in the future. I really feel like Microsoft did this, and they really dropped the ball, and they really screwed up with that. Right now, I have an Xbox One that I just can't. Well, I can if I fight with it. Get a DVD to work. No, sorry, not a DVD, a Blu-ray. This thing will play music CDs. It'll play Blu-rays just fine. But unless I fight with it as I'm sticking the disc into the system, it's called a pulling method. You put the disc in, you hold it for 1 sec, you fight with it for 1 sec, and then you release it. Otherwise, it won't play. It won't read a disc. It'll say there's nothing in there. And that's one of the disadvantages to buying on day one. Again, there's a lot of things that look really good on paper. And the engineers think they know exactly how it'll go. They've tested it in their, 1 or 2 little test chambers, and they're sure they know exactly what's going to go on and how everything's going to go. But it's not until you get your real world experience out there that you see how things are going to work. So, electronics, cars, video games. If you're at the starting of the production run, you're more likely to get failure. You should remember that going into the future of this new age, this digital renaissance that we're in, the Internet of Things. Don't get release day. Wait a month or two, and then you'll get the better product. Then you'll get the best product, and you won't have to worry about things crashing or just not working on you. So, give her YouTube.